Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Late Night Sunday Show. How's it going? And we are 1 week closer to Insomnia. I am so excited, and as I talk, a cat decides to jump up onto my lap. Now he just wants all the attention. And my voice may sound a bit strange. I'm loaded up on antihistamines because it's hit April now, and that means hay fever season. So things are going to be a little bit difficult for a little while. The more astute of you may have noticed that there is no guest listing on the video entry, and that is absolutely right. I hit a little milestone that I set for myself, which I did a little bit earlier than, well, not earlier than expected, but I hit it quicker, and then, you don't realize these things until you hit them. So I decided that after 10 guests, I wanted to do a quick video just to gauge your response. So what I want to know is things like how you feel the interviews are conducted and stuff like that. I'll produce a list later, and it'll be down in the description. But yeah, so I got to 10, and then MK came along, which is great. So that made it 11, and we've done 11 guests now. And this series has been nearly going for, I think it's nearly 6 months or so, nearly half a year that I've been doing the Sunday show just once a week, standing here and talking and having almost absolutely nothing else happen, which is, it's weird, and it's become the absolute flagship series for my channel. It certainly gets the most views, probably because of the guests, clearly, and it's the videos I always get the most feedback from, and just doing this series has led to other things. So I'm really happy with what it is and how it's going. I think I can improve on things, but it's very difficult to find that self-improvement where things seem to be going well. To try and improve things when things are going well seems a bit... how do you put it? I had a word in my head for it. It's just... Why fix things that aren't broken, But the medium that we work in, YouTube, is constantly changing. The way people produce their videos and what they expect from videos, what the viewers want, and growing your audience, all that changes over time. So you need to sort of stay a little bit relevant. Which is why I am soliciting your feedback. There we go. That's a good word to use, soliciting. I need to know what sort of things you guys enjoyed. I did get the feeling after Drakart's interview that went on a bit too long, and that's fine. It seems like most people seem to enjoy videos that are between 30 and 50 minutes long when they're this interview style. I don't do the very quick, short, quickfire interview that sort of Biffa does. It's more, for me, it's more of a long out talk show. It's not an actual interview, really. I'm having a guest come on, and whilst I try and direct the conversation a little bit, a lot of it's pretty fluid. I have a list of questions, but everything else outside of the direct answer to those questions is all extra amazing fluff that I get. And my guests have uniformly been pretty amazing. And all 11 of them. Which isn't bad. You have to think about it. That's 3 whole months of shows filled by other people. That's amazing. And I'm constantly blown away that people are happy to come up and give an hour of their time just to sit and talk to me. And that after a show, the number of requests I get to appear on the show goes up every time. The list is massive, and I don't want to publish the list because some of them may not happen, or they may take a while to happen. And the other thing is that situations change. I don't want to do a bunch of recorded interviews, because I could sit down and I could bang out these interviews, like one every day, or even 2 or 3 every day, get them all pre-recorded, and then have like a year's worth of video just sitting waiting to happen, because the situations change for people all the time. So if I do an interview for somebody and then 3 weeks later their whole thing has changed, the tone of the interview would be completely different, and it would be completely irrelevant to their current situation. And I always want to keep it current. I interview in the week leading to the Sunday show. I used to record the interview on the Sunday, but that turned out to be quite bad, and it didn't work for everybody. Then I changed it from Saturday to Sunday, and that's fine. And then I thought, well, if I've opened out one day, I might as well open up to an entire week. And some of my interviews have happened at really weird times for me, like 3 a.m. And that's fine. That's fine, because I am always happy to just do whatever to have these interviews happen. Have somebody on my show. I'm even willing to skip work just to have it done. That is all a-okay for me. This is my absolute favorite thing that I do. I look forward to speaking to somebody every time. So much. I'm always so excited about it. Which is why I put so much work into it. Because I have to tell you, even a simple set of questions requires hours and hours and hours and hours of viewing videos. And looking into everything else that they produce. There's a ton that goes into this. I need interns is what I need. I need like 3 or 4 interns so that I actually have something to talk about other than just the general banter between us, and B, I don't get it wrong. I would hate to get things super wrong. I have a couple of times, and luckily the guests involved were a-okay about it. They didn't correct me too much on the show, but they did actually correct me afterwards, and I was grateful for that, because I hate to think that I did something wrong. Because it's all reputation based, this. I've discovered that my actual sub count doesn't matter. I've worried about it. I've been worried about it up until like 4 weeks ago. And then from 4 weeks ago, I got contacted by a couple of people who talked to me, because I'd mentioned it on the show, and I didn't realize that they watched, and they told me not to worry about it, that they couldn't come on the show right then, but in a few months' time, they'd be happy to organize something, which is something I'm looking forward to. I can't even tell you who it is yet, because it's months down the road, and it may not actually happen, but just the messages in themselves cheered me up immensely. Made my year, is what they did. But it has given me a little bit more confidence to ask people that I want to bring on the show. But it's not just about who I want to interview. It's about who you guys who watch this want me to interview. So there have been a number of suggestions that have come through from you guys that I've added to the list. I haven't really spoken or approached these people about it yet. And Joe the Pirate started his Biffer on the Late Night Show thing, which clearly didn't go anywhere. But thanks, Joe. I still want to ask Biffer. I just haven't got round to doing it, but I will be doing it at some point. It'll be quite interesting to have him on the show and have his take on just talking to other people as well, because we share that in terms of format. Right. So yes, there are a few questions down in the description, down there somewhere, which I'd just love you guys to answer. Because that would be incredibly useful for me. And let's talk about what is happening, because I sort of jumped right into this, and it was meant to go more towards the end. never mind. My video making schedule has opened up again. We just completed a bunch of major work at the office, and now we're in that calm before the storm type period that lasts however long until the next major customer issue, well, not issue, next major customer deployment type thing happens. So my free time has shot up again. Unfortunately, this week, almost all of my free time has been taken up by the Elder Scrolls Online, which I'm loving. Kat and I are playing that together. We're not producing any videos on it because it's one of those games where I don't think doing videos on MMOs like that, like playthrough, just generally aren't interesting. Because the thing with MMOs is a lot of your time is just taken up for travel. Loads of it. Like, a good 60% of your time is just moving from one space to another. Unless you're in a raid or a dungeon otherwise. You just spend time moving in one direction to a place. You get an idea of where you need to go, and then you go. And that takes a while. And that doesn't make for interesting video. I do know a couple of people who are starting up their LPs for it, and or planning to. They're gauging stuff, as far as I can tell. And I know that Paul Soares Jr. on his Poorly on Tap channel is doing it. If you know Paul Soares Jr., Poorly on Tap is his more adult-themed videos where he plays other games that aren't quite as child-friendly or family-friendly as Minecraft is, so he separates them out, which is really good. I do try to keep things family-friendly. It doesn't always work, but I'm not super bothered by it. I have censored some people sometimes. It's a hassle, is what it is. It's not a fun thing to do, and I hate breaking the clear flow of a conversation by doing it, but I do want to keep the channel sort of clean. So maybe an adult-themed channel. Adult-themed? No. More mature content. Adult-themed just sounds just completely different. Mature-themed channel might be something that I look into the future, but I don't think my base is big enough for that to be a real thing, and I don't really want to split my subs just yet. That'd probably be a bad idea. So yes, my free time has gone up. This week it has been taken up by Elder Scrolls Online, but over the next couple of weeks, you'll see the video production start to ramp back up again. My free time has like nearly tripled just from this week onwards, and it will be for at least 3 months, as far as I can tell, which is fantastic for me. Working late is fine, but it does impact on my favorite hobby, what I really want to do with my time. Nobody really wants to work. Everybody wants to play video games. I know it's true, because I'm one of them. So yes, Hypercraft videos have been coming out fairly regularly. Kat and I will probably do a little bit more building on there, and then we need to start a new project. So that is all nearly done. The cathedral, the Tictarian Cathedral, which has been awesome. There's been a bunch of... It's really helped with some of the server togetherness. We've had a lot of fun just basically talking at each other about how much we hate each other's religion. There's been no actual pranks or anything as of yet, but maybe in the near future. You never know. You never know. What else? Oh, something else happened on the server recently. It's not really big news, I guess. This week, we added a new member to the Hypercraft, and that member was Joe the Pirate. Hello, Joe the Pirate here. And it was it was actually a real spur of the moment addition. We talked about it in Skype, and then it happened that day. Well, because a lot of us know Joe, and we play with him fairly regularly. We talk to him all the time. He's pretty interactive with our community, so it was only natural that he was going to show up on the server at some point. Especially since we already had Midnight Designer, and we're busy poaching all the block-centric people. No, sorry, we're not. He just fit, and he's a lot of fun to just be around. So, welcome Joe to the server. Thank you for accepting Zuljan's gracious invitation. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. So welcome. Speaking of Joe the Pirate, recently there's a new UHC type thing coming out that I took part in a team of 4 with myself, Joe the Pirate, One Wolf, and Albanakers. We had a load of fun. It was an Ender Dragon race, and you'll see the first video come out not this week, but just over a week's time, I believe. There will be the first video out of that. Anyway, don't worry, I actually haven't spoiled the ending. You will have to watch it to find out exactly what weird stuff happens towards the end. What else? I think I have actually finished what I was going to talk about. It's a bit strange. I would normally at this point expect to bring on a guest. I've gotten so used to doing it that I nearly stopped. What I normally do is I record this bit, and then I stop, and then we bring on the guest. So I think you may notice that small frame change where my body isn't in exactly the same position or something like that. Because usually, every time a guest comes on, they explore the city a bit. There's a lot more city out there. There's tons of it. But I didn't build it. Well, except for this stuff and a couple of other things. Don't worry. That looks much better than anything I could build. Anyway. Yes. So Insomnia is coming up. I didn't talk about this very much, which I should have. So Insomnia is coming up in 2 weeks' time. There will be a guest next week, and then at Insomnia I do have a camera with me. And my phone cameras. Kat's got her cameras. We're going to have a bunch of cameras. There's going to be a lot of footage taken, and I will be doing an in-person interview. And there will be a bunch of people there, but I'm specifically interviewing one person. What I want to do is, I know there are a bunch of YouTubers who are going. What I want to do is just get a minute or two with them and sort of edit all that together later. The camera I've got, it's a little bit difficult to get it on to PC, but it's not impossible. So the Sunday show where I'm at Insomnia will probably come out on Monday if I can't sort things out on Sunday. So please be aware of that. There is going to be a late Sunday show in 2 weeks' time, but the guest I have is pretty awesome, and it's going to be a lot of fun because he's my friend, and he is amazing. I know he doesn't even watch these shows. This is a test. So yeah, Insomnia in 2 weeks' time. And recently it was announced that Minecon was going to be in Europe. So Lydia Winters tweeted out at somebody to confirm that Minecon is in Europe, and that means that I will most definitely, very highly likely, be going. I promised myself that if it was in Europe this year, then I would be going. So I will be making that happen, which will be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll be huge, is what I'm saying. So if you are going to Insomnia, I will be occasionally tweeting out about where I am or what's going on. So please feel free to come and grab me to say hello or do whatever if you are going to be there. And with that, I think that brings us to the end of it. Not bad. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. You've been a fantastic audience as always, and I will see you next time. Adios.